opening day for the 2011 state legislature.
The 60-day session opens at 10 this morning, beginning with speeches and by majority and minority leaders. And joining us live to give us a better idea of what's going to be happening this legislative session is Dan Meisenzahl, who's having a good breakfast at Likelike Drive-In.
I had a great breakfast here at the Likelike Drive-In, talking to the diners this morning. First of all, before we go and do that, I want to show you the Yim daughters over here, the Yim Ohana, very gorgeous family over there. Hey, can I have a piece of bacon? Is that all right? Okay, I guess no bacon, but that's all right. Thank you very much, and I just wanted to show them just gorgeous little girls. But right now, let's talk to some of the diners down here about the political issues. And first of all, your name, ma'am?
Sasha.
And Sasha, legislature opening session today. They have a lot to tackle over the next 4 months. What's one of the big issues you hope they take on?
Education. I think that would be real important. I think for Hawaii, we need a good system here, and we need to take care of our teachers. That's real important to me, yeah.
All right.
Take care of the kids.
Thank you very much, Sasha. Let's keep moving on over here. And we're going to go to this gentleman right over here, who just finished up his breakfast. And, sir, thanks again for allowing us to bother you. Your name again?
Harold.
Harold. And, Harold, real quickly, one big issue you hope the legislature tackles this year?
Condominium financing. They should require that the developer establish the reserve funding based on replacement costs, not on his costs, because his costs don't include the profit that he's going to be making on the sale. So if he pays $100,000 for something to build it, the replacement is going to be at least $150,000 because the new contractor has to have his costs added on. And we're finding new condominiums are underpriced as far as the maintenance fee by as much as 50%.
All right, thank you very much, sir. So there's a lot of issues out there, some that you might not think of right away, but a lot of people have a lot of concerns. And right now, let's end with our political analyst, Professor Neil Milner. And Professor, thanks again for joining us down here. Really appreciate it.
Sure.
And interesting, we're talking about teachers improving education. We're talking about issues with condos and making them more affordable. What do you think is going to be the big issue this year at the state capitol?
Big issue is definitely money in the budget. We have a deficit that we can't carry by rule. It's a large deficit. Like every state in the United States, whether the governor is Republican or Democratic, the most fundamental issue is how do we either raise more money or make cuts to make it. So everything colors that issue. Yeah, education is going to be a specific issue. Creating certain kind of jobs is going to be a specific issue. Some sustainability, all of those things are important. But fundamentally, the budget and the need to make cuts or to raise revenue is going to drive this kind of this session.
All right, we're just about out of time, but I have to ask you one more quick question. The whole situation with the Speaker of the House, Calvin Say, that situation unsettled right now, is that a bad way to go in the legislature, or is this just a democratic process working itself out?
You know what? I'm not sure that makes a difference at all. What we see when we look at this thing is that there are two different groups vying for power. Whether that makes a difference in terms of policy is never made clear. Could it be a problem? Yeah, I think it could be somewhat of a small problem. I think it's going to get settled. But the really interesting thing is how little we know, partly that's because the media doesn't look at this, about what difference does it make to the average citizen about whether the dissidents or the regulars control it. And I think we have to be very careful not to let that issue become the dominant issue in our thoughts here. There are far more important things in the legislature this time.
All right, thank you, Professor Neil Milner. Of course, he'll be joining us on a regular basis throughout the legislative session. And I just want to back to the Yim Ohana over here. And we're going to say so long. But first of all, we just want to remember, keep it tuned here to KITV4 for the most complete political coverage throughout the legislative session. And ladies, sorry to bother you again, but you want to say goodbye to all the viewers?
Goodbye.
Goodbye, and say good morning.
Good morning.
All right, good morning from KITV4. Thanks so much for watching. Dan Meisenzahl reporting live from Likelike Drive-In. And, of course, we'll be right back with one last look at traffic and weather on the 4s.